Hi there, I'm Neve from nevek.com. I'm a transformational coach and mindset mentor. I help men and women to let go of all the stress, fear, anger, and anxiety that's holding them back from living a lighter, happier, and freer life that we all deserve. So today I want to share with you an answer to a question I got from a client that I think will resonate with a lot of you, and it certainly would have been part of me for a long time, where we sometimes feel great highs and then dip into lows. And, is that normal? And what to do about it? How can we feel more balanced with less peaks like that? So definitely, when the client asked me that question, I can remember that was very much a part of my life and not so much a part of my life anymore. So there's a few relevant things here that you can do if that is something that's part of your life. There's a few things you can look at. Obviously, there's the tiredness, lack of sleep. Sleep is so important, and hormones, diet, they're all going to play a part in whether you're going to be dipping or on a high. So definitely make sure that they're all in check first. Diet plays a huge part in our moods. But apart from that, there's also extremes like people who perform on stage, before, or big events, like if we're getting married and planning some big event that we're going to be flooded with excitement and adrenaline and cortisone, dopamine, all of these as a result of the performing on stage, for example, or athletes that are performing, and then they get off stage and the excitement is gone. And if that's quite intense, it can take the body a while to adjust, so they can be left feeling quite down, really having a dip. There's a name for that. It's called PPD, post-performance blues. Post-performance blues, PPB. So that's those things are things to look at in your life if that would be affecting the highs and lows. The other area where we can be experiencing this is if we are playing host, if we're organizing something, if we are and this can be, our ego at work here, if we're getting our approval through other people. So we're really pushing ourselves beyond our limits in order to, with an agenda of getting approval from other people. So it's ego-based, which we have to take responsibility for. And we don't suffer from resentment afterwards, or after all I did for them, that victim mode. So to avoid that, really get curious about, if you're planning or organizing something, are you, is it coming from your heart and true nature, or is there also a hint of, really enjoying that and thriving on getting the, being the one who gets the credit, etc., and putting pressure on yourself. So there can be a great high from all of that, I'm the one that's organizing this, or I'm the host that's welcoming all these guests, or I'm the one that's creating this work meeting, and then if we put a lot of attachment on the outcome and what people think of us, and take very seriously our role of I'm the one that's creating this, that can really, that external circumstance can really have an impact on our well-being. So that would be another thing to check. Is there something going on that's ego-driven, that's where we're needing our approval from an external source, and that can cause an imbalance, if we're really pushing ourselves too hard in order to get that approval. So it's really about taking responsibility for why we're pushing ourselves, and just keeping our energy levels in check. If we're pushing ourselves too much, then it's up to us to take a step back, and that might involve things that our ego don't like asking for help, or putting boundaries and saying, I'm sorry, I can't do this is too much for me, for example. So that involves courage and stepping up and honoring what's important for you. And, you know, bottom line, we all do want to care for ourselves. We all do want that self-love, and that's our responsibility. So we've got to consciously make an effort to, you know, to really check whether we are doing, you know, taking care of ourselves in the way that will lift us up. Yeah. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you've got any questions. If you couldn't take any of the boxes off here as to why you're having those highs and then those lows, message me and let's get curious about it together, about where it could be stemming from, because it does feel, you know, being grounded and more balanced definitely is less draining on our energy. We can also do things like yoga, walking in nature, meditation. They're all going to help to bring us back in balance, but get very curious about what brought you out of balance in the first place. Thanks.